Let's get the coach's insight. Coach John Thompson, head coach at North Carolina Wesleyan. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great, Richie. How are you?
Doing excellent. Doing excellent. Hey, I want to talk to you about adjusting styles of play to the team that you have, to the players that you have, to the talent you have on the floor and on your squad. I know you've done a good job of that over the years.
Well, we've tried. I think it's something that we all have to do. You're not going to have the same exact type of player from year to year. You may have interior strength one year and backcourt strength in another year, and you've got to adjust to the strengths of your team and try to put your players in the best possible position to be successful.
Well, I know you've always wanted to play a certain type of way, but that's obviously hard to do because you can't always get those kind of players that you want. So you're pretty good about being versatile with your teams, if I remember correctly.
Well, I think the key is that the more versatile players you can find, that allows me a little more versatility as a coach. And so if we're able to recruit guys who can guard multiple positions, if we're able to recruit guys who can do multiple things on the offensive end, it makes our job much easier. I want to put the best players on the court, not necessarily the best two-man or the best three-man.
So you're trying to find guys that can play multiple guard positions, or they can play maybe shooting guard and small forward, or some of those guys that can play the 4 and the 5 as well.
Absolutely. And we've even been fortunate enough at our level to find guys who could sometimes play 4 different positions.
Wow.
We had a great player back in the early 2000s, Keith Schueler, who played in Venezuela and in England after he left here. And, he was a tremendous perimeter shooter, but he could also go inside and rebound, and he was 6'6" and could handle the ball. And so, those kinds of guys can make a coach look pretty good.
Yeah, when you have LeBron James type players out there, I'm sure it sure can.
Absolutely.
Are you able to recruit the exact type of player you want most years, or is it get the best players you can and try to find a way to make that team work?
Right. Well, we certainly look for the players that we want. We look for players that fit our style, what we would like to be our style. But we're also understanding of the kind of trickle-down effect of recruiting. And in many cases, we're going to take the best player available. And then what you have to do is you get a group of players on campus, and we know we're not going to sign any 10-day contracts in the middle of the year. We're not going to make any trades. So the guys we have are the guys that we have, and then we've got to adjust our style to fit the strengths and weaknesses of that group.
Well, that's interesting. Let me ask you this: a lot of people think that the higher level you're at, like the highest levels, the Power 5 conferences, can these coaches recruit the exact type of player that they want, or are they having to be versatile and with their style of play as well?
Well, I certainly think that they can be more selective than anyone. I think they are getting the closest to the player that they want to fit their style. But even those schools who I would say are selecting players as opposed to recruiting players, they're going to make adjustments. For instance, one year Duke has Okafor inside, and the next year they don't. And so the way that they played at Duke from 15 to 16 changed because of the personnel that they had.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about your style of play. What's the prototypical type team that you would have? Give me your dream team at your level in your conference.
I think our team would look something like, at a small college level, the UNLV Running Rebels of Jerry Tarkanian with Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, and that crew. Long, athletic, aggressive, tough-minded defensively, pushing the ball offensively. That would be a really fun team to coach.
And a team that would probably never would lose.
Well, they would still have me as a coach, so we don't know about that. But they'd be a lot of fun, and we would certainly win our share of games.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, really appreciate you coming on. Always a pleasure.
Thanks so much, Richie.